Howdy Makers Church, welcome back to Testimony Tuesday. I'm Pastor Glenn.
And I'm Mark, the resident alien in your midst. So thank you so much for joining us again.
You know, last week we had Lauren Wallace share with us about all the amazing things that she does at Makers, especially with the Impact team. And speaking of amazing, today, as you can see, we have the amazing Chelsea Knox, and I couldn't be more excited.
Hey,
Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be with you.
You are more than welcome. It's great to have you here. And my family, as you know, is one of many who have been blessed by your ministry at Makers. And we're going to be hearing a lot more in a moment about all the great things that the care team does. But first of all, in case there are some people, Chelsea, who maybe don't know you too well, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe your family, and how you got to Makers?
Sure. Yeah, so Matt and I found Makers, formerly known as Mosaic, back in January of 2013. We had just moved back to San Diego after being away for 3 years, and Matt saw a Yelp review of all things. We checked it out online, decided that Derek's voice wasn't too obnoxious and we liked his messages, and thought, let's try it out. So yeah, it's been a really fun journey. We're so glad to call Makers our home, and yeah, we've been given the reins to lead a few things, dabbled in a couple different ministries along the way, and that's one of the things I just really love most about Makers is that, you know, somebody will have an idea and they'll say, awesome, run with it, see how it goes, which is we've done a few times. Right. And yeah, so that's been really cool.
And I know I know we've been blessed. You have kids, and we've been prayed for by the great prayer warrior Daniel before. So
Who's Daniel?
Yes.
Right.
Daniel?
So yeah, Daniel's our son. So Matt and I have been married for 12 years. We have, well, I know we got married when we were 10. But yeah, we have Daniel. He's 3.5, and he got to pray with Mark and family, and that was a really special moment.
That was the highlight. Yeah.
Oh. About a little over a year ago, Matt and I got certified to be foster parents. And so we've gotten to care for 3 babies, and our current placement has been with us a little over a year. So.
Wow.
God bless you for what you're doing in that. That's just amazing.
So you do a lot of different things, especially behind the scenes, but you do the foster care. Isn't there a small group that a connect group that you do for people interested in foster care?
We do. Yeah, that's been really fun. We kind of just said, hey, we need some support and we want to support others in this area. And so God, do what you want with this. And it's been a really cool group. People from all walks and all connections to fostering and adoption are in the group, and it's been really cool.
That's amazing. And then tell us just briefly about the moms group. What's up? I go in there to church before we had to socially distance, and there's kids everywhere.
Oh my gosh. The babies, there's more babies coming. Yeah, mom group has been amazing. So again, when I had a baby, when I had Daniel, I thought, man, I need to like surround myself, you know? And so Jasmine and I started the mom group 3 something years ago. And since then, I've handed over the reins to Jasmine and Holly Ann, and it has just like exploded. It's amazing. So
if you're a mom with especially little kids, it's a great place to come.
Yeah, babysitting, coffee, it's awesome.
And then brings us to the care team.
The care
which
team.
is the
Yeah.
perfect match for you.
Oh.
Tell us about
Yeah.
the care team.
Oh boy. So the care team is just one of the biggest blessings in my life, and it's such an honor to get to be a part of it. So way back in the day, an amazing woman named Jan Rieger had the idea to start the care team at church, and she just really had a heart to support and encourage people who are going through difficult times, and just really recognize big events in people's lives. And after she led it, she was still a part of it, and then Kristen Areno led for a handful of years. And we all know how amazing Kristen is and how many hats she wears. And she just really facilitated just such a close-knit team, and really equipped us to care for church members. And so last year, Kristen had a baby and had like 17 full-time jobs and just taking care of everybody and everything and being amazing. And so she handed me the reins to the care team. She's still a big part of it. But for me, just a really good foundation was already laid to just be able to step in. And shortly after that, we merged with North Park Baptist. And so
Hallelujah.
I was figuring out how to lead the care team, and also came together, which was a huge help for me in figuring out how to lead the care team, because I had Pastor Glenn and Pastor Rob and Glenda and Stephanie, and just the most amazing examples of just caring for your people and being family. And Pastor
And you're
Rob,
humble too.
Yeah.
well, Pastor Rob was like the care team for North Park Baptist,
He's
and
amazing. Pastor Rob, amazing.
Yeah.
And he just speaks so highly of you. So tell us, what does the care team do? What kind of care can you give
Yes.
me, us? What?
right. So we come alongside, and we try to keep a pulse on the needs within our church family. We celebrate babies being born. We come alongside people going through hard times. Whatever that might be, we'll provide encouragement and support, or babysitting when we can be around each other in normal times. Stuff like that.
Yeah. And I know for our family, when my father-in-law passed away, and we were kind of going through that kind of grieving process, because we all lived together in this one house, and Chelsea and Daniel came alongside during that time, and just provided food and encouragement and prayer, and it was just really great. So have there been any specific just highlights just recently, Chelsea, either kind of pre-COVID or during COVID times? Any particular highlights that you want to kind of tell us about?
Yeah, so my favorite one was over Easter, and our Incredible Kids team was doing Easter baskets for families. And so we have a group of older people within the church that we try to check in with regularly, especially during these times. And we thought, well, they need Easter baskets too. And so we put together some Easter baskets, and they had a devotional book, some communion elements, some homemade masks made by Wilma Cage and Alexa Werner, which was amazing.
Yes.
What else? I don't know. We dropped those off at their doorsteps. And I was invited in at one place, and I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just leave it right here for you." But I think that they were really blessed by that. And my sweet friend Jasmine, who leads the mom group, she had so much fun helping me deliver those that she ended up joining the care team.
That's awesome. I know also we heard from Lauren last week from the impact side of things, and she says that you guys often work hand in hand, that the care team helps out the impact team.
Yeah, there are definitely times that we overlap. The impact team is a little bit more outreach based, and care team cares for those who call Makers Church their home church. And so occasionally there's a need that pops up within the church that needs a more sustainable, ongoing solution. And so in that case, we'll pair up with Lauren and figure out the best resources for that person. So,
well, obviously you're kind of touching on it there, but how does the care team find out what the needs are? How do you find
that is a great question. We really try our best to stay connected to people and to check in with community group leaders. And when we find out needs within community groups, we do our best to try and enable and equip the community group leaders and teams to or groups to come around and fulfill that need when possible. But like I said, we have a group of older people that we check in with, and it's a little bit harder not being able to see everybody.
Yes,
On Sundays, I'll often kind of try to notice if anybody's pregnant, so I can keep on like who's having a baby, so I can do the baby meals and everything. But I missed one last week because I haven't been seeing people at church.
Also, let me just jump in here. I'm part of the prayer team, and so is Chelsea. And so I will put out a prayer request, and before I know it, Chelsea's got the team mobilized to respond in practical ways, not just with prayer. And she's got this, I don't know, what do you call this thing? It's some kind of an app, and they're constantly chatting back and forth, all the members of the care team. It's just, it's too much for me. But what is that? What is that?
Yeah, so Sydney from our team, she figured, we struggled to figure out what is the best way to communicate needs within our team and to be connected to each other. And so Sydney brought up this app called GroupMe. And so we have an ongoing conversation on GroupMe going on where, honestly, my team is so amazing. I will see something on the prayer list and I'll think, ooh, we should send a card or do something or check in. And so I'll put it out there on GroupMe and boom, before anybody else, it's just taken care of. So my team is just incredible.
Yeah. Are there some specific things coming up that you can tell us about? Anything that maybe people who are watching today might want to help with?
Right. So I would say the biggest thing, there's always room on my team. You're always more than welcome to join the care team. And the other thing is just keep us informed. If you know somebody that's struggling or somebody who had a baby, and just make sure we know about it so we can do our thing with that. Yeah.
Because I'm sure, there are specific challenges, as you've already mentioned, that during this time, how do we care in the midst of COVID? And I know you're really kind of finding sort of creative ways to kind of do that. Are there any other sort of specific challenges that you're finding right now during COVID, and things that the church can be sort of praying about for you during this?
Yeah, I would say just keep in prayer the people who are a little bit older during this time and might be struggling to feel connected, especially with the challenges of technology. I struggle with technology, and just just that everything is virtual now. It's can be a little bit harder for them to feel connected and supported. So just prayers for our team and how to care for people, and prayer for the
absolutely.
Final question, Chelsea. Here we go. Let's say I'm watching this and I need care. How do I reach out? How do you let the care team know that a person needs care, or that you personally need care? Is there some place to go?
There is. Thanks for asking.
Only you should ask.
So you can always email me at chelsea@makerschurch.org, and I will get back to you. There's also on the Makers Church website, if you go to care, there's a little form there to fill out any care needs. yeah, so please, please, please let us know if you need care or if anybody you know might need a little extra encouragement, lost a job, got a new job, etc.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you.
You are amazing. Just amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. And just as we close, I think last Sunday, Pastor Mark introduced a brand new sermon series that was all looking at the kingdom of God. And it was just such a great message. And I couldn't help but think that the care team really kind of lives out the mission and the values of the kingdom of God in such a practical way. And also, I think just really demonstrates that kind of humble servant leadership that the kingdom is about. And so thank you so much for doing that. And I think as we wrap up, I just wanted to read just the last part of Pastor Mark's beautiful prayer at the end of his message last Sunday. And I just think it just ties in so well with the care team and with what the care team does. And this is what he prayed for us as a church. He said, like Jesus, may we loose the bonds of injustice, liberate the captives, be a voice for the voiceless, a father to the fatherless, an advocate for the poor, the tired, the sick, the hungry, the oppressed, the depressed, the numb and the lonely, and be a messenger of mercy and a sweet song of hope. May it be so. And I think, thank you, Chelsea, for how the care team answers that call. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's you.
Thank you for joining us this week. So it's goodbye from us all. Thank you, Chelsea. God bless you in what you're doing. And we'll see you all. We'll see you all next week.
Adios.
Bye-bye.